welcome to the Hobby to Hustle podcast. I'm Gemma.
And I'm Candace. This is the podcast for creatives run by two fellow business owners who discuss the ups and downs of creative entrepreneurship.
From dealing with imposter syndrome to celebrating new business milestones, we're here to talk about all of them with you. Hi, and welcome back to the Hobby to Hustle podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be recapping 2023. So how we felt about our years, what goals we achieved, which goals we didn't achieve, and then what we would like from the year ahead. So Candace, I'm going to pick on you first because there's only two of us and you're the only other person here. So how was your year? How did you feel about 2023?
Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's about a 6. 8 being I completed all my goals from last year, which we went over in our last year's recap podcast episode. And the reason why I say it's a 6, let me go over the good things first and why I felt like it was a 6. So I did a rebrand from Yours Truly Studio, changed it over to Coco Island. I released 2 new characters this year, and I made some pretty drastic changes for my retail locations at Metrotown and at Guildford. And when I say drastic, I mean like they were really drastic. I'll go over the details in a bit. And last but not least, I attended markets again this year. So as Gemma knows, I had a pretty rough medical year. So I had to get my wisdom tooth removed. I had to get my eye surgery done. And then I was just constantly sick.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but my immune system just wasn't it this year. And I also had other priorities that wasn't Coco Island based. So that's why my year was only a 6 out of 10. Though I am not regretful of my year, I do feel guilty. If that makes sense. Because like I did release some characters and I did rebrand and like I did some packaging changes. But I don't know if I did enough. Because I was sick. And being sick just stopped my creative mind. And I also realized that I really can't focus on 2 big things. Like if I'm working on something else, I can't work on Coco Island because like there's my personal life, and then there's Coco Island, and then obviously like friends and stuff like that in between. But if I'm focusing on my personal life, I can't seem to work on Coco Island. Could that be a good thing actually? Because that mean sorry, I realized I just asked you that, and then you're probably like, what do you mean by that?
No, like work-life balance, like you can focus on one and then focus on the other rather than trying to juggle too much. Yeah,
like because I was working on my personal thing, I was actually able to fully disconnect from Coco Island. Though it did result in the rebrand not going as smoothly or as well as I thought it would. But I was able to like disconnect. Like my life is not Coco Island. If that made sense.
Yeah. So I think really switching off is healthy. I think it's really hard at times for business owners to switch off and actually being forced to, whether it's, you're going abroad or unfortunately if you're sick, that forces you to switch off. But sometimes you kind of need a push to not always be working on your business for crazy hours each day.
Yeah, like I'm not living and breathing Coco Island, as last year I was probably living and breathing from Yours Truly Studio. I actually thought it would be the opposite. Like I thought I would be more attached to Coco Island than I was from Yours Truly Studio. However, I did say earlier this year, after the rebranding, I did say I was going to try to pull like Candace out of Coco Island and have it more focused on the actual Kit and Dino stuff. like, I was actually conflicted when I repackaged some of my stuff on Etsy, whether or not it says XOXO Candace or XOXO Kitten Dino. I think for Etsy in particular, I'm still using my name because Coco Island and Kitten Dino are not yet, in my perspective, popular enough for the people to care if it was signed off by Kitten Dino. That's why I felt so disconnected, and I'm wondering if that's the guilt that's eating at me for feeling so disconnected, therefore not as motivated. Because I feel like I had the opposite year of you, because you were like, Gemma's gonna go over what her year was like, but in my perspective, from what I saw, it was more like Gemma wasn't allowed to work on her, not allowed. Gemma wasn't given the time. Yeah, Gemma didn't have the time to work on her business, so therefore she was more motivated. I had so much time, but at the same time I didn't have time because I was sick and I had other things I needed to do that I couldn't work. I didn't work on it. What's that thing where, like, I was gonna say like sadness. No. No, what's that thing where it's like you're forced to work on something that you really don't want to, so therefore, but it's job related, so therefore you find more motivation to do your business. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Let me try to read. So we talk about this.
It might be because I'm tired and not processing it, but go ahead.
Same. Both Gemma and I are lacking sleep, but that's fine. It's December.
The festive season, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say you're working your office job, and you're literally just trying to make income and using that money to, live and fund your business, but you're not having a good time. So therefore, at your office job, you're thinking of like, oh, I can do this for my business. I can do that for my business.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have the ideas coming in because you're doing something. You're forced to do something because you're being paid to, that you're not excited about. So therefore, your brain kind of just wanders off to doing something more exciting. Because that happens to me all the time. Like, in the most inappropriate times, not inappropriate, but in the most inconvenient times ever. Like when I was in Japan. I don't have my iPad with me, and also I shouldn't be working, but I wanna. But when I have the time and I wasn't sick, I didn't feel motivated, which is very backwards. Because I had all these ideas. I even wrote them down. Like, I have a Google spreadsheet of all these ideas I wanted to do. None of them have been ticked off. And I said I was going to animate, and they're all in the works. Like, not like ideas works. I literally mean I have animations that not just need to, because it sounds like it's not a lot of work, but it is. I have a lot of animations that already have the bone structure. It's in, I guess, I don't know the technical term, but all the frames are done in sketches already. But I didn't post any of them. I said I was going to work on YouTube, and I didn't.
Wow. I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
It's so hard. I just realized I'm not good in front of the camera. I care too much. I've always been insecure about my looks. Sidetrack. I told Will about that last night, and he never knew that.
I'm surprised because I knew that.
I know, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I didn't know you were insecure about the way you look, because you like I don't know if he was like half asleep or whatever.
I just guessed because you were shy about photos and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, I told him I hate photos. He knows I hate photos, and I always try to doll up for when I shoot my YouTube videos, and then I get like irked because my hair is a certain way, and then I'm just like, nah. Which is why I don't post videos. But no, he had no idea that I was insecure about my looks.
Because
and he was like, really?
Candace doesn't know this, so I'm revealing it on the podcast. I've invited Candace to my wedding next year. And I was like, I would love for Candace to be a bridesmaid. And then I thought, no, because she hates her photos being taken. And she would hate like being put up in the spotlight. So
Yeah.
in spirit, like, you're a spirit bridesmaid.
I'm a spirit bridesmaid. Dude, that is so cute. But that is so cute how you like knew. I genuinely, I look at other people's wedding photos and I'm like, oh, she looks so photogenic. And I look at my photos and I'm like, I am not posting that. Because I can't. I just don't, like, I know like your weddings, your like your most attractive look or whatever. To me, I was just like, I look like a toad.
Oh, for the record, she does not look like a toad in the wedding photos or otherwise. But yeah, when you feel self-conscious, you definitely don't feel up to recording. And sometimes for me, it could be silly things like, say, even if I'm recording my hands and I have cats and they don't intentionally scratch me, but occasionally I end up with scratches on my hands, and then I feel self-conscious about recording my hands because all these other YouTubers I see have like manicured nails and perfectly like fashion model hands. So yeah, you definitely can feel self-conscious sometimes, and that can stop you from working on certain things within your business. But I also think that kind of may sometimes point you in the direction you need to go in your business. So if you are very self-conscious about filming your face, maybe don't include your face. And yeah.
Because so the reason why I gave myself a 6 out of 10 is because YouTube was supposed to be a large chunk of my year, like 2023. And because I didn't post any videos this year, I don't know if I did. I think I did a couple.
I think you have.
I've knocked down at least 2 points. Maybe I can be next year. I'll be I'll be that vlogging YouTuber that stands in the back. I'll just be known as the person who's like talking from the back. I'll have the mic so you can hear it, but you can't. You can barely see me. I'll be like, hey, but I'm like yay big in the screen. And the focus will be like, I don't know, like my couch, but I'm like standing behind the couch. Can you imagine if I did that? That'd be unique. I'd be the person who's camera shy, but I still want to like show.
You could just record your couch and say that you're hiding behind the couch because you're camera shy, and then you don't actually have to be hiding behind the couch. You can record from wherever because you would know.
Exactly. So yeah, that's why I feel like this year I missed out on a lot due to self-confidence, due to medical things. It just, I had a lot of stress because I was so ill, and that is not good for your skin. And so I'm like, oh, I can capture all of this because like Will got me a new phone and it is in HD and I freaking hate it. I love it, but I hate it.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
So there was that, and then I had to focus on, preparing for the Japan trip. Overall, though I made big changes for my business, it seems as though I only progressed 20% or so. Like I really prioritized health and my other priorities of this year, which is not what I'm feeling guilty of, and like I shouldn't, because like I'm a huge advocate of mental health and physical health. So this is very backwards. But then again, I used to think that way anyways. Gemma had a great year.
It's funny you say that because I don't feel like I have. It's definitely.
Really?
I feel like. So when you were talking, like I like to. I should actively listen and actually listen to you, Candace, but I was thinking of my response, and I was thinking about how your year could be described as vanilla ice cream instead of the actual good flavors of ice cream. Like, it's okay. Yeah. But I would personally be disappointed if I got vanilla ice cream. And that's how I feel about my year. It's been a vanilla year. It's been okay. It's kind of good, but it's not amazing. It just feels like a bit of a non-year. So the stuff I was working on has been stuff I've already kind of like launched in my business. So I launched my memberships at the end of last year. So a lot of this year has just been creating content for my memberships. So each month I'm launching new modules for 2 memberships. So actually it's a bit bizarre how much is in there. So yeah, I've been working on that all year. I've been working on my workshops. I got a bit overexcited and decided I was going to launch workshops in new cities. So I launched workshops in 5 new cities and then thought, whew, that's a lot. So I've cut it back down to 2 other cities. So, you know, I've still tripled my workshop kind of numbers. I taught more private workshops this year, which has been good, including I taught a private workshop for John Lewis, who is a massive retailer in the UK. So that was really positive and made me feel good about myself. And I travelled across the UK for private workshops in some cases. But that's mainly it for work. Like, I've done workshops and I've done memberships. I don't feel like I've launched anything new. And this is something I struggle with and I'll talk about later, because I get a bit restless when I'm not launching stuff all the time. But I also was working part-time this year as well, which I think it helped my mindset in some regards, because I had that financial backup and I invested a lot more in my business. I've been working on trying to launch Facebook ads this year to try increase my visibility, and that has worked to some extent as well, which is good. But yeah, I don't really know what I've done other than that. Oh, and I can't remember if I said in a previous episode, but I've now left my part-time job. So I left mid-October, so the last like 8 weeks I've been working for myself again. And I would rank my year a 6.
I can't. Sometimes I'm like thinking to myself, like, I don't know if you're giving yourself enough credit, because you're doing workshop in other cities, and these cities are like an hour drive, right? Or something like that.
One of them was 5 hours away.
Okay, well, then that's even worse.
Oh, no, actually, that was a private workshop, not a public workshop. But yeah, I kind of like did a scattergun approach. So I launched in a bunch of places. So when I took my summer break from workshops, I decided I would have workshops ready for when I returned. And I had to cancel a couple of them. They didn't get anyone on. But then a couple worked. And actually that meant my income increased, because I had more workshops going on and I was selling more tickets.
Mm-hmm. I think overall, though, it sounds like you had a really busy year. Like, your part-time job took a lot of your time. Like, a lot of your time. And though we did take a break from podcasts over the summer, we still talked. Like, we didn't like disappear. We just didn't record and we didn't work on it. So I think you did a lot. Like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10 then, because mine is at 6, where would you put yourself?
Yeah, mine's a 6. But it's funny because you were like, that's really bad.
Oh, okay.
If I received a review with 6 out of 10, I would be gutted. But for me, I kind of view it as this year was mid-level, but leaning more on the positive side. I think, like, it actually was quite good in terms of what I achieved in terms of workshops. And, you know, I've created so much content for my memberships, but I think in terms of how I personally feel, I didn't feel particularly excited. I think because from the workshops perspective, it's so streamlined to me now. And the membership content, I enjoyed creating it, but I think I set myself too strict goals. So I kind of felt stressed throughout the year trying to meet my goals in terms of deadlines. So I think I'll change how I approach that next year.
How many workshops did you have?
So I did a tally. I taught 21 workshops, 6 of those were private. I taught 185 students.
So 21 workshops, so 21 days, right?
Yeah, there were 20. Yeah.
Like, you didn't have a 2-day workshop. Like, that's not...
No, I did do 2 workshops in one day once. I try not to do that.
There's only 52 weeks in a year. So half of...
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because if you're looking at it like 365 days versus 21, but there's only 52 weeks in a year. That means you almost had a workshop every other week.
That's just changed my perspective completely.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And you had a part-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you not?
Not bad. Oh,
Where I'm going with this.
So we're going to talk about our wins separately, but actually I might merge mine into this section. So I took over a networking group this year as well. So there's a local group that are really lovely. It's a really lovely community, and it's been such a lovely experience for me to go to those meetings as a small business owner. But the 2 leaders could no longer run it. So I took over that group with my friend Katie. So that's something new that I'm doing. That's in addition to my day-to-day business stuff. Yeah, so that's quite a big thing as well.
So going with that, is it still 6 out of 10?
6.5.
Just 6.5. Okay, so you're changing from a 6 to a 6.5.
Yeah, so vanilla ice cream with strawberry sauce.
Okay, what? Oh my God.
I'm just excited because I have ice cream in the freezer and it's evening for me now. So after this episode, I'm going to have some ice cream.
Oh man, I don't have any ice cream. I want some ice cream.
Sorry, I interrupted you for my metaphor.
All good.
Continue.
It's... Yeah, like, I honestly, I still think I stand at a 6 out of 10. I know both of us are just based on our own personal goals and stuff like that, but that's what I am at. Can we go over your wins first before we go over my wins? Because I genuinely can't think of any.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, we'll come back to that, Candace. So, yeah, my wins. I tripled the number of private workshops I had. I increased my workshop sales, which was helped by the fact that I launched them in different cities. I had a professional photo shoot of my workshops, which means I now have lovely images, and I also improved my workshop materials as well. So I just felt like my workshops have reached a point where they're polished and I feel very comfortable with them. I also grew my audience a bit more this year. So I'm not talking about Instagram, although I say that my Instagram actually hit 1K this year. But my mailing list tripled in size, and my Facebook group, I don't know if you're part of the modern calligraphy one, Candace, but it's grown quite a lot. So I think it was like 200 members at the start of the year, and now it's on 750. So that's quite a good amount of growth. I took a summer break, which I am really grateful for. And it was a little bit tricky at first to force myself to switch off. But I am so grateful that I took some time off during a quiet period of my business, rather than trying to force the time dedicated. You know what I'm trying to say. Yep. So I remember just doing a puzzle for a week. And guess what? I'm allowed to do that because it's my break.
I remember that.
So yeah, I took some time off and I'm really glad I did. And like I said, I took over a networking group. I booked a live calligraphy gig, Candace. I haven't told you about this yet, but I'm doing it on Sunday.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and next weekend. I've never done one before, and now I'm doing 3 at like peak season, so that will be interesting. But that is definitely a win. And then a huge win is that I've created the core content for both of my memberships. I'm going to toot my own horn here. There is loads of content in my memberships. So for anyone listening, go check out the link in bio. go check out my memberships and see if they're a good fit for you, because there's loads in there now. And yeah, definitely go check those out. So those are my wins that I could think of off the top of my head. Yeah, Candace, have you thought of some wins now, your end?
I still can't think of any wins. If I were to think backwards, I would say my most recent win would be, I don't even know if this counts as a win, but reordering plushies.
I think it does.
Really?
It means they've been popular.
I guess so.
Because plushies are a big investment.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they've been popular is really positive.
Yeah, I still haven't put the plushie keychains online either. My Etsy definitely needs some work. I said I was going to work on it and I haven't, but I will. But I also haven't made any new sticker sheets in a long time, so I should do that. But anyways, going back to my wins, I guess reordering the plushies. Something I haven't really told anyone yet is I'm in the works of making sweaters again, but not the old design that I had. Like it's something completely different. It's embroidery instead, because I'm just tired of potential color peeling or whatever.
And embroidery feels really nice.
The only issue is that I'm still kind of fighting is, obviously for affordability, it would be better if I use the iron-on patch and then just made batches of orders. Because if I were to buy 100 of each size of embroidered sweaters, custom sweaters, that's going to cost me so much, and I'll need physical space.
Yeah.
Like, that is a lot. Whereas if I order the sweaters on my own and then I iron it on, that's great. However, ironed on embroidery patches aren't the best sometimes, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to iron it on and then I use my own sewing machine to like stitch the side so it's more secure. I don't know if that kind of like ruins the thing. So there's that. And that's something that I'm thinking of working on. Another win? See, I can't think of any. Well, I mean, I guess I redesigned my retail shelf thing, and that took a long time.
Is there something else that you redesigned, Candace? Maybe your whole business?
Okay, well, yeah, there's that. Like, I rebranded, like, Cocoa Island, but I feel like I didn't do enough for it, so that's why it doesn't feel like a win. I feel like I had such a failed year.
Aww.
Yeah, like that 6 out of 10 was pretty generous. Now that I think about it. I said that YouTube was going to be my main focus, and I was hoping to release more videos, but I didn't. So I can't think of any wins. Like, I genuinely can't.
So you also attended a massive market, and you don't need to go into the details of what that was, because I know it was a bit of a mixed experience. But that took so much preparation. That was a huge deal. And just because the result wasn't necessarily what you were hoping for doesn't mean that you should undervalue the amount of work that you did for that. Because that was huge.
I guess so. It was a lot of work. And the return was, for me personally, not that great. I know a lot of people did do well. Personally speaking, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to go into the details of it. But I also did another market recently, and that was at UBC, and that did very well. Like, I would say it surpassed that big event substantially.
Wow.
I guess that could be a win.
Yeah. And also, we relaunched the podcast. I think that's a win, because a lot of podcasts don't continue past, I think it's like 10 episodes. And we're on, I think we might be in the 20s. Are we in the
23.
20s? Yeah, so
23,
that
22.
is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for me.
I also think that running a business with the amount of like health stuff you've had going on is a win as well. You know, that's had a huge impact on you. And I think the fact that you've been able to maintain a business during such a chaotic year health-wise is a win.
Yeah. Like, you guys, I message Gemma so often going like, I can't record or I can't meet today because I'm throwing up. Like, that, I'm not saying...
So Candace messaged me once in the middle of the night saying, Gemma, I can't record, my cat attacked my eye. And I have to admit, I laughed because I thought, what? And then I realised that you were actually quite upset. And I was like, oh no, sounds like it's quite...
It was at 3 a.m. It wasn't my eye, it was my lip. But like, yeah, it's like 3 a.m. Like, come on, Cabbage, please. Like, what? I don't understand. I was so disoriented as well.
Yeah.
That Will was the one who cleaned up the blood because I was bleeding quite a bit. But yeah, like, what the heck? So I would message Gemma saying I'm throwing up, or I have a migraine, or my voice is gone.
I think I have COVID for the 5th time this year.
Yeah, and like just overall feeling really ill. It honestly makes me wonder. Like, I wonder what it would be like if I still worked in corporate. This would not fly.
So
with HR.
Yeah, because it's not just you that messages to drop out of our calls. So I've messaged you before as well and said, I'm really tired, or I have a headache, or I'm in a bad mood. So, you know, I think it's on both of our parts, but that's part of the like luxury part of running a business. Yeah, it's a privilege to be able to do that. And like, luckily we're both quite flexible as well, that we can move our schedules, and we're happy to move our schedules to like help each other out too.
Yeah, it definitely makes me very grateful. That would be the word. Grateful that I'm in this position. Every time I talk to you, it makes me kind of go like, I should work on my business on this thing. Maybe I should just talk to you more often. But yeah, like it, though I didn't have a very successful year and I didn't have a lot of wins in comparison to what I did last year, I think that's okay, because if I always had wins, then I would just probably feel really rubbish about myself every single time because I didn't achieve like a million things or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You keep going up and up and up. That like, the higher you go up, the harder you're gonna fall if you did have a failed, quote unquote, failed year. So hopefully next year it would be good, because like I
motto, next year hopefully it will be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be our title. Can that please be our title? Hopefully next year it will be good.
Yeah.
And then, like, surprise, it's a recap. We're not talking about shit again. So that being said, what are your goals for next year?
So,
or like, did we even go over if we reached our goals? We kind of did.
So we didn't fully, but haven't got loads to say on it. So a goal I had was to work less, which I actually do think I've achieved this year. I've been taking more weekends off. Yeah. I finished my membership contents, and I automated more of my business this year. So I actually did those 3 things, I think. And I can't remember what your goals were. Sorry, Candace.
Did you work less, though?
So I didn't. So
I'm still on that point. That's why.
The first half of the year, I did. So, okay, let me defend myself. So my part-time job, when I was like enjoying it more and felt more relaxed, I felt more relaxed on the business side of things. Whereas when I started to get a bit restless in my part-time job, I started to want to return to my business full-time again. And that meant I was working way more because I was like, this has to happen again. But once I decided to hand in my notice, I relaxed again. because I felt in a comfortable spot. But yeah, I would say the last 3 months I've actually taken weekends off, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, except for where I have workshops, but then I'll take another day off.
Yeah, I think I've been working. I don't think I've been working on the weekends for a while now. By a while, I mean like last 2 months.
Yeah.
Or so. I mean, I was away for a lot from August, like, because I was gone end of August to early September, and then I was gone for a weekend in November. And I've never been the type of person that would want to work over the holidays. No, not. I was gonna say she's gonna say I'm a liar. I meant I don't voluntarily work for, like, I don't want to work over the holidays, but I sometimes do. And I think this year I'm actually going to commit to not working over the holidays, mostly because I still have other priorities. I'm not a festive person. Not that I hate the holidays. I do hate Christmas music. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that. Please don't come at me. I genuinely hate Christmas music. Gemma, it's the... No.
I'm disappointed.
I can't, but yeah, like, my goals, I definitely didn't reach them because I wanted to do YouTubing. I wanted to release more animation. I think I wanted to release more stories, and I think I should do that first, or at least write down some stories or like some scenarios and then try to animate them. So yeah, I didn't reach any of my goals other than actually rebranding and putting it, like, put a stamp on it kind of thing. But yeah. So that being said, what would your goals be for next year? Let's try to... I'm going to say this for myself. Candace, let's try to be realistic here. Okay, let's...
So, speaking of being realistic, I think it was in our last episode, I said I was really excited about a new project that I wanted to tell you about. So I'm going to reveal what it is, or what it was. So I had it in my head that something I feel I miss in my business is collaboration, and I want to grow my community. So the obvious thing to do would be to collaborate with someone every week of the year. I called it my year of interviews. So I was going to interview someone new every week of the year. And I got really excited about this idea. And then I thought about it and thought, I will burn out in like a month. So I love that idea, but I'm not doing that idea. I've decided against it because, being honest with myself, that would be a lot of work. I would be very stressed out, and there are probably other ways I could collaborate. But Candace, I'm very excited to tell you my first goal, because it is to not do anything for 6 months, basically. I am not launching any new things for 6 months. No new big courses or memberships. I'm not doing it to myself. I am using what I already have and promoting them instead. So that is my goal. No new courses
I'm so proud of you.
For 6 months. Because I love creating new things. I love it. And what I tend to do is create these new massive projects, get burnt out, and then not end up marketing them because I've spent so long creating them. So I've decided not to create anything new for 6 months and just really work on up-leveling my marketing. And yeah, I'm actually excited to work on that and hopefully see more sales as a result.
Aww.
Yeah, because for context as well, my 2 memberships I mentioned, I have worked on them all year, like creating a new module each month for 2 memberships for a year. It's been a year's work for 2 big projects. Last year, I created a course that took me 6 months. Like, these are big things I've been launching, but because I'm so focused on content creation, I struggle with the marketing side, so that's why I've made that shift. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you hold me accountable, Candace.
I will. Don't worry.
Yeah. And then my second goal was to create a bundle with other artists. So, I mentioned I wanted to do more collaboration. This is the way I'm going to do it instead. I want to create some sort of bundle with other artists. I don't know if it will have a business focus or like an art focus yet, but that feels more realistic than interviewing 52 people.
Yeah.
So that is my second goal.
Okay. These sound realistic and very much achievable. It's kind of like slowing down and focusing rather than speeding up and expanding, which is what we've been doing for the last 2 years or so. Yeah. We're always like, what's the next thing that we got to do? Let's try to chase after the new market, new trends and stuff like that. It's just impossible. I think for next year, I'm going to say my goal will be to... I'm not going to put a number on it, but I think I will just work on my YouTube to the point where at the pace that I am satisfied with. So I'm not going to put numbers of like how many videos I'm going to put up. I just want to be happy with how much content I'm putting out there. And I want it to be more art focused and not vlogging necessarily, but journal focused. It's kind of like a place where I can just talk about like, this week I've been doing this. This week it's been slow. This week it's been fast, blah, blah, blah. And just kind of do it like that. So hopefully I can get something like that done. It seems attainable. And in terms of any other goal, I think I'm not going to put any other goal. I know that sounds like, wow, that's a long list that you got, but like...
Well, mine's 2 goals this year, which is small for me. So I think we're just both at a stage where, I don't say burnt out, but kind of...
Done with,
something needs to
out.
Give. I think we are in a place where we want to slow down. And I don't mean slow down as in, not work on our businesses, but just not to the same level of intensity, perhaps, as before.
Yeah. The reason why I say this is because Will and I have noticed that there's a pattern. Whenever I want to do more, I end up getting really burnt out, and it actually stresses out our relationship a lot because it stresses him out to see me basically crumble into like an uncomfortable mess. And he said that I might have priority issues, so that's why he wants me to slow things down. Again, I am lucky enough to not have to worry too much about my living expenses. Like, I'm very lucky. But people have to understand when I say this. Like, I just really want to stress this out. Because I don't want people going like, oh, well, she's just pretentious and blah, blah, blah. No. When I'm saying that I don't have to worry about my living expenses, I mean Will is putting his hopes and dreams aside to help me achieve mine. So he's not paying for like all the living expenses and still paying for whatever it is that he wants. No, he's putting his wants and needs aside. Not the basic ones, but like his dreams. So I can achieve mine. And then in return, like this is something that I set, is that I hope that one day I'll be in a position where I can do the favor for him. Not a favor, but like I can return his kindness.
Yeah.
In kind. So I think in order for me to achieve that, I can't be burnt out. I can't. It's kind of like it's kind of like putting a pressure on myself. I can't afford to burn myself out, is what I'm trying to get at, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a little heavy, but that's fine. There, it's light again.
No, but I am in similar shoes in that you know, Callum is, I'm pulling my own weight financially as well, but, you know, if I was in a full-time 9 to 5 office job, I would probably be earning more. But our dream is that my business works out, I have a fully flexible life, and then Callum can do something similar, so he can become self-employed. So it's kind of similar that, you know, we're relying on me to make my dreams happen so that he can then enjoy life as well. So yeah, I relate to that a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to pull back and focus on helping myself first, and then if and when I have the energy to, I'll focus on the business. So maybe that's why I got sick so often.
Yeah.
And you are pulling your own weight, but you also understand, like, you're in a position where, like, we both understand we're in a position, like, we're really lucky. So that's why I think our goals this year are very different in terms of quantity, but much better in terms of quality. Like, our goals seem deeper, not just numeric. If that made sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cute. We ended in a really cute way. And I'm keeping that in there.
Candace.
Oh, shoot, for real? My bad.
Because we are getting to the exciting part now of the episode where we set a goal for each other.
Again.
Candace is scared. So the goal I am setting for you is to send out 12 emails this year.
Oh, shoot.
So I would like one email each month, or you can batch them all together and schedule them. I don't care about how you do it, Candace, just get it done. Because I think email marketing, once you get into the swing of things, would really work for you. But you might need that nudge. So that is my goal for you.
Damn it. That's such a hard goal. Okay. My goal for you, I remember I hated it last time too.
Full context.
But I did it last time. What was my goal?
To rebrand.
Ah, yes, at least.
Yeah. But to give context in terms of how many emails I've sent out this year, it will be 104 emails.
Oh, shit.
Because I send out 2 emails a week. So I understand, like, 12 emails can sound like a lot, but once you get into the flow, it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
Candace just put a face like, all right then, Gemma.
You guys can't see it, which is great. What did I say was your goal? I feel like it had something to do with
you told
resting.
me to work less.
Yeah.
So you said no working after dinner. And I did do that for about 3 weeks.
Right.
But I still had it in my mind throughout the year that nags at me when I'm working after dinner. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be working after dinner. So I have reduced the amount I work after dinner. And actually, I feel in a much better place for switching off in the evening. Yeah, it's better for me and better for my business.
Right. Okay. I think this year, my goal for you is I want you to promote and talk more about the membership.
Yeah.
I was thinking of, like, not making reels, but making YouTube shorts. But I don't know if you're going to hate me if I say that.
So I do have it as a goal to create Instagram reels for them. So maybe that should be my goal, because when I was writing that, I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, because I've been always telling you should promote it more often.
Yeah.
So I would say do a promo video or like a sample video of what's in your course. Talk about your course.
Yeah.
Once a month. So 12.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You do an email a month. I'll talk about my memberships once a month.
Damn it.
That's a fair trade.
Oh, God. Yeah, because it's both equally as dreadful for us. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. This is a good way to end it. I like this tradition that we have. Like this,
Yeah, and
talk
I
about
like that.
recaps and goals for each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the goals for each other because we know each other quite well, obviously, and we know what's a stretch goal for each other and what the others maybe been thinking about for a while as well. So
Yeah,
like
this is
it.
good. So that is it for our year-end episode. We talked about our goals of last year, our wins of last year, basically how we felt about this past year. Though it wasn't as happy-go-lucky as we originally wanted it to be, I'm talking about like our whole year, we actually have learned quite a bit about ourselves, and it's sometimes good to have a bad year so you can kind of have it under your belt to like how to respond to it the next time this happens, because it's going to happen again. So Gemma and I have also ended off with goals for each other. Gemma is going to have to make a promotional video for her membership once a month, and my goal is to write a stupid email. No, I'm kidding. To send out an email once a month as well about anything, just email marketing related. And that's what we have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next year. Bye now.
2024. Bye.